What's the orientation of these? I'm trying to impress upon every student the value of creative cultural production, you know? I mean, who are we and why do we do what we do and how might we express ourselves here and now?
We look at visual material, we all have some sort of reaction. And what art history is really about is understanding why you get that kind of reaction.
The art department at Colby is a little family, I think. The faculty members are really close to their students and the students to the faculty.
And you're outside.
Yeah.
What shutter speed? Or, think about the, stop down as much as you can, too.
We have a joint department here, so we have studio classes and people who concentrate more on the studio, the making of the art, and then we have the art history part of the department. Those of us who do art history are constantly talking to those who are making the art. So when we're talking about art history, we're also thinking about the process of making.
I always doodle and stuff, but I never learned about the way that you make lines and shapes and how they interact on the page.
And I know it's an introductory course, so I try out all kinds of things. So I had to mix all the secondary colors based on the palette that they have to use. They're very dull colors, and they occur in probably almost any painting you would see. You just, if you're not studying color, you wouldn't have the vocabulary.
Originally, there were no real sections in books, so it was the decoration that helped structure it. And we are way into the end of the 18th century, and that we did a section to actually look at actual prints drawn from the collections of the museum. This is the tool we use for engraving, and it is called burin. Yes, it's on.
I think we had materials from the printmaking studio, so we were able to really not just observe the works with magnifying glasses, but sort of touch them and really see what makes these different forms of printmaking so different.
Like all of our courses at Colby, I think critical thinking is really, and critical analysis is really literacy skills. What we're really talking about is understanding communication of ideas and being able to think critically about the way that ideas are presented to us day in and day out.
So in this seminar, we have the opportunity to go into the museum many times over the course of the semester.
And also kind of looks like an idealized female.
Yes.
So just kind of looking back to art history in general.
Yes, the female.
I very rarely have to lead them in the discussion in front of the artworks. They just love standing in front of original works and talking about what they see. Even if they know nothing about the context, they feel really confident and able to do that, which is great. And then we fill in the context along the way.
And I think when you think about art in a global context and the way that those two kind of ideas can intersect, it's interesting to then look at this piece.
I have found that I really love to take pictures of people and to try to tell their story through the photograph.
So all the assignments have a technical and a conceptual basis. So they're learning both the technique and they're learning the grammar and vocabulary and expression of the art itself. So to get them out of the habit of saying, I photographed that car because it was a great looking car, to I photographed that car because I thought I could make something of my own from it,
I'm an anthropology major and environmental studies minor, so I do a lot of reading, and it's nice to have something that's more physical and tangible. Like we did black and white film photography last semester, so it was just all processing the film by hand and making the prints themselves and fixing each print by hand, and it's very methodical. It's a different kind of thinking.
So we hope that our students will leave Colby and be able to encounter images in the world, whether they be in their daily lives or in the workplace, and be able to read those images through a critical lens.
I think artists are some of the best problem solvers in the world. We tinker, we look, we try things, we fail, we learn a lot by failing, and I think that's just so valuable in life.
How many kind of tools do they end up with in their kit when they leave Colby, right? In that kind of core value of a liberal arts education, what type of well-rounded individual is leaving this place?